Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to show you guys something. I've seen this several times, and every time I've seen it, I thought, what? That is the weirdest thing. I don't get it. And it doesn't ring true. As much as I have actually defended Alex Murdaugh on his rights, this one gets me. If you have grown up in the country and a vehicle is coming, you know if that's your family. You know the sound of their vehicle approaching your home. There is no doubt. So in this little excerpt here, he states that he was positive that Maggie had arrived home. That doesn't make any sense if he also couldn't tell them what the car sounded like. And then what he says happens when he went outside. This whole thing is crazy. So I'm going to play this little portion for you. You tell me what you think.
Well, I'm going to tell y'all this, even though I think it's kind of crazy. I was certain that I heard them pull up. I mean, I was positive that I heard, and people don't just come out there. We don't get like passed through. I was certain that I heard them pull up, but they didn't.
Okay. Well, if you heard something pull up, what did it sound like?
I can't tell you what it sounded like. I just know that I thought that my wife had pulled up.
Again, that makes no sense because I can tell you, I grew up in a rural area. I could tell you if it was my parents coming home, either one of their vehicles. I could tell you if it was my neighbors. I could even tell you when the cute boy was coming home in his parents' car. You know the sound of all the vehicles that you hear on a regular basis. You get to know what they sound like on the road and on the driveway. You just know who's who. So if you hear an unfamiliar vehicle or an unfamiliar sound, you're going to go check it out. There's not one person that lives in the country that would hear a vehicle and not recognize it and just think, oh, that must be somebody I know. That does not happen.
Paul had pulled up.
Would it have been the buggy that she normally drives, or would it be a car?
No. I had the impression that a car pulled up.
Okay.
And
had you woken up by that time, but hadn't left for your mom's?
Yep.
Okay.
But it wasn't much.
So he's about to leave. He wakes up and Maggie and Paul are gone, and he hears a strange vehicle approach. Why on earth would he not have gone and checked that out? This gives me probably more doubt just based on my own personal experience than almost anything else that I've heard.
Much time in between there because I left pretty damn close. It wasn't much time between me waking up and me leaving the house.
Okay.
And when I went outside, there's a cat.
Here comes the crazy.
A wildcat that lives around that house. Okay. I'm pretty sure it was the cat. That ran from my car, but I never had the impression it was a person, but there was something.
Okay.
Did you hear the guy in the back seat cough like bullshit? I'm gonna go back a little bit. Okay, so 15, I think, right here.
Cat that ran from my car, but I never had the impression it was a person, but there was something.
Okay.
But I really don't think, I'm just throwing that out there because it was in my mind.
Yeah, nope, that's fine.
All right.
That's totally fine.
I left. I drove to my mom's. I checked on my mom.
She lives right out here, correct?
She lives at Alameda. Okay. Checked on my mom. Talked with Shelly for a few minutes. You know,
Shelley is.
the caregiver.
Okay, so we can stop there. That's the most convoluted bunch of baloney I've ever heard. And this guy back here was having a problem swallowing all that bullshit because he coughed. It's kind of like when you hear somebody go, bullshit. You know what I mean? All right. Well, you guys tell me what you think. I think the tides have been kind of turning in court. I've been watching religiously all day, every day to this trial. I couldn't make much sense, honestly, out of today, but I'm not going to go into that. I didn't really see the point since that specialist couldn't really say what happened, who was shot first, from what angle, all that. They really couldn't tell. And I think that that's very unfortunate. I know a lot of people have their own theories. Some of them make perfect sense as well. But the state did not put out anything out there today that made perfect sense, that helped putting the puzzle pieces together. I think they kind of took the defense's bait on Cousin Eddie, and they introduced the 911 call and his confession about lying about that with his drug use and blah, blah, blah. Well, blah, blah, blah is about all the jury is hearing. The state was baited into throwing more stuff at the wall to see what would stick, and it was completely, in my opinion, irrelevant. It really ended up to be irrelevant because what happened in September was well after. It just didn't make any sense to include that now. I think they should have just not taken that bait, but we'll see. Anyway, so let me know what you think about this case, what you think about this little clip, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.